the Eternal Student here, and today we'll be going blow by blow through the IB Economics syllabus, starting with the first topic: what is economics? Simple enough question, right? Well, yes and no. Everyone seems to have their own definition of what economics actually is, and dictionaries and Google aren't exactly your friend here. Look up the definition of economics in any search engine and you'll find a million different answers. For example, the Oxford English Dictionary calls it the branch of knowledge concerned with the production, consumption, and transfer of wealth. Investopedia has a different definition. Economics is a branch of social science focused on the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. American Economic Association has another. It's the study of scarcity, the study of how people use resources and respond to incentives, or the study of decision making. Well, none of this really helps us pinpoint what economics is actually about, but at the very least we can kind of set certain boundaries regarding what economics isn't. Economics is not the study of money. Although money is an essential component that is relevant to many aspects of economics, economics itself as a discipline goes far beyond just looking at money itself. Now, if you go on YouTube and search economics, you'll often find these videos calling themselves the economics of something something. However, economics is not about business models. Although the word itself may be used colloquially to refer to business models of various firms and industries, economics as a science often has little to do with looking at specific business models of specific firms. Now, economics is also not the study of finance and investing. You will not learn how to make $1 million by investing into your brother's friend's shady cryptocurrency, nor will you learn anything about investing strategies. However, economics does prime you for the financial market by helping you learn about how macroeconomic forces work and how they may affect investment. Now, sadly, economics is not even a real category for the Nobel Prizes. A little known fact, but the Nobel Prize for Economics is not one of the original Nobel Prizes established by the Nobel Foundation, though it is sponsored by the Swedish Central Bank instead. And finally, there are some who would debate whether economics is even a real science. But frankly speaking, you can ignore these people. Economics may not be a real science in the traditional sense that it cannot test hypotheses or use a scientific method, but it is most assuredly a social science, which deals with the study of how individuals behave in society. So, all that waffling aside, what is economics in plain terms? Well, economics is about the study of scarce resources and the choices people make regarding those resources. Sounds very vague, but the keywords here are the words scarce and choice. Scarcity is a concept that underpins economic thinking, a concept we'll revisit in a future video. For now, all you need to remember is that with limited resources, people will have to make choices about what to do with those resources, and that's what economics is primarily about. So the study of economics can be split up into two main areas. We have microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics concerns itself with the study of individual markets and how consumers and firms make choices. An example would be Black Friday. It's a very microeconomic phenomenon where individual firms decide to lower prices in order to attract more customers. On the left, we have an illuminating example of how this may affect individual decision making. As for macro, this is a study of the economy as a whole. You'll encounter concepts such as inflation, whoops, not that kind, as well as other stuff such as aggregate demand, aggregate supply, unemployment, fiscal, and monetary policy. Another thing you will have to know is that IB has chosen these 9 key concepts that they have arbitrarily picked. You won't be tested on these, but just keep these in mind for now as they will be relevant for your IAs. So quick overview of each of them. Change, well, stuff changes, right? The world changes. Institutions change, technology changes, there's economic growth, development, and even social progression. So these may all affect economic theories. We also have efficiency. How do we make the best use of scarce resources? We may have intervention, when we need to step in to make things work, usually the role of the government. Choice. Since resources are scarce, we need to make choices about how to allocate these resources. Equity, so how fair things are, a daily reminder that equity is not the same as equality. Scarcity. Resources are scarce, so choices need to be made about which needs and wants can be satisfied. Economic well-being. The level of prosperity and quality of life in an economy. Interdependence basically means that economic actors interact with each other and affect each other. And finally, sustainability. The ability of present generations to meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Basically, to stop killing the world in the name of making more cheap, made in Chinese, plastic rubbish Amazon goods. Now, with that, we're done. I have a highly effective traffic light rating system patent pending for reviewing the syllabus statements we've covered. So anything you see highlighted in green is fine for just understanding conceptually. As long as you understand it, you can just park it in your brain and leave it to rot. Anything in orange you'll be expected to remember and know, as some of the concepts may be relevant for your assessments. And finally, anything in red is a know by heart kind of deal, where it is highly likely that this will come up in your tests. So as we're just getting to the syllabus, all of this is pretty light work. You won't be tested on what economics is about, or even about definitions of micro and macro. The only thing you should be somewhat aware of is the 9 central concepts, because these will be used in your IAs. However, there is no need to memorize them, just be vaguely aware of their existence and you'll be fine. And you're done. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.